Bonsoir à tous, bienvenue à cette dégustation de la box du mois de mars. Encore une fois, on va faire un joli tour d'horizon du monde du rhum. On a un Spiced Rum, qui est Ableforth Rumbullion. Dian est là avec nous, il nous dira un petit peu d'où le rhum vient, comment ça a été fabriqué, etc. On a un rhum de Marie Galante, Perlava réserve familiale. On a aussi un Old Monk qui nous vient d'Inde, donc c'est voilà, un produit assez particulier, assez original. Et puis un Rivière du Mât, un millésime qui nous vient de La Réunion. Donc on va commencer tout de suite avec Dian qui a bien voulu se joindre à nous. Hello Dian.
Hello, how are you guys?
Perfect, thank you for being with us.
About to say bonjour, but it's bonsoir, bonsoir.
Yeah, exactly. Bonsoir. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Normally this is done by what they call a brand ambassador. You know, I find these days it takes me longer to understand what each title means. In my day, after school, you're either the boss or you're not. That's it. There's only two levels. Yeah. I mean, Atom is not even a big company. So when Thomas asked me, can you find the brand ambassador to do a tasting? I was like, fuck, I don't even know what does the brand ambassador do? Is he below me? Is he underneath? I do. Anyway, so I said, look, I know the guys. I'd love to, you know, it's simple enough as you all know. Spiced rum is probably one of the, I will say liquors, because it's not officially can't be a rum, but probably one of the liquors that receives the least recognition, because there's so many shitty ones out there. And I'm not necessarily referring to commercial ones. Some of the commercial ones are actually pretty good, but there's so many bad ones in the sense that they've actually blended it as opposed to producing it together. You know, it's not proper tinctures, etc. So it gets a bad name. And I think that's originally where the idea for Rumbullion came from, is that the founders were like, it's highly undervalued and underappreciated. Yeah. Let's make, now look, everyone start off saying they want to make a good spiced rum, but they went out and said, let's make a bold, big, spicy spiced rum. Yeah. And let's start with ingredients, but let's start at the bottom. 90%, 95% is rum. You cannot make a good spiced rum with shitty rum. So it is a blend of really nice, I can't name them, but there's currently, there's some nice bits in there. I'm kidding. But it is some really good blended, well, Caribbean rums. And the reason we have such nice consistency is because we've purchased such a large amount that's still aging. Obviously, every year, almost like the non-vintage, we top them up and we kind of reblend them. I won't work in a specific order. You know, basically, the idea was to make something basically that fits your outfits, gentlemen, perfectly. Jeans and a t-shirt and a surf cap. I knew I wouldn't be able to put a suit on for tonight, so I thought I'll go for the lumberjack look. But we've created a drink to be enjoyed with burgers and a barbecue, and it's not a Bordeaux. It's not where it's for. It's for easy drinking around the fire and for socializing. And come on, it's got to be something pretty appreciated if you throw 60% of cola with it. And that was the idea behind it, to make something that is mixed with cola, working backwards. I mean, we can say Coke, so that's the whole point.
Okay, so what other cocktails would you advise us to make? Dark and stormy?
Yeah, sure. I will take you through those. But yeah, the result, obviously, a very nice, boldly spiced, multi-award-winning rum. We were actually crowned the best rum producer of the year in 2019. So that's pretty good by the Rum Awards. Yeah. The botanicals. Look, awards aren't anything, but when it comes to something so commercial, there's a lot of spiced rums out there. It's important to at least see. We're not making a garagiste. This is for drinking and for commercial. What I'll do, Nico, is I can probably take you onto the slides now, if that's okay, and I'll share.
Yeah.
And there's a bit more on the visuals, make it a bit more interesting than my boring background.
So it's a base of bass drum, right?
It's a base of Caribbean, I believe 4 Caribbean rums.
Okay.
There's some white drum in there as well from memory. Not a lot, but there's some white drum too.
Okay.
So the botanicals that we used, carefully blending cardamom, cinnamon, orange peel, Madagascar, vanilla, and cloves to the Caribbean rum. You know, just pretty standard. I don't think we're unique in what we're doing. There's not too many things. You can add 100 botanicals, or you can add 3 or 4. We've decided to keep it relatively simple, mainly because of the quality of the base rum, and that's what we like to preserve. Yes, of course, the spiciness and the sugar comes through, but we really want to preserve the fact that the base rum is really good quality. Yeah,
and I think we can sense each ingredient, you know, apart. So it feels natural, you know. It doesn't feel like a syrup imitating those spices. You can feel each spice.
It doesn't smell like it's handmade. It doesn't smell artificial, because the ingredients are actual tinctures. Definitely some orange and clove, and even cola on the nose. I think the cola must be the vanilla. It's the only thing I can think that gives you on the nose, not just the vanilla, but also almost like a Coca-Cola flavor smell. And then on the taste, on the palate, of course, layers of brown sugar, cola cubes, sweet cinnamon, honey. There's a sort of a warming spice that grows, you know, after the Coke subsides, but very nicely balanced, I think, with the zesty, fresh orange peel that comes. It just lifts it a bit, otherwise it can get too sweet. And then
it has a little bitterness to
exactly. So the orange bitterness help, and the bit of acidity from the peel helps as well. And then, of course, you know, the usual vanilla finish, which is quite relatively common from a lot of spice ones. But I think, again, and this is where the flavors probably pull together. If you use a good base spirit, it just serves as a basis to bring everything together. And I think the tasting note says allspice, fruit, and caramel. And that to me is so true. Even with Coke, even when you blend it with a cola, that allspice and the caramel still comes through. I mean, come on, cola has lots of caramel. I know caramel everywhere, but it tastes quite natural, which is nice. I don't find
the clove shines in the aftertaste. So this gives a little more natural feeling. So it's nice.
For me, luckily for me, it's like you need to like clove. Clove is one of those things. If you don't like it, then you're going to struggle with most spice rums.
Yeah, of course.
I'll never forget, my cousin came to visit me in California, and there's this famous Mexican place, and he's a really good chef. He loves cooking and he loves entertaining, but he cannot stand cilantro or coriander. I don't know what you call it in French.
Coriander,
But the fresh, not the spice.
Yeah.
And so we're standing in the queue to order our burritos from this Mexican shop, and he goes, "No coriander, please." And the guy with the knife almost chopped his fingers off. He's like, "What? No coriander in your Mexican food?" But you know, you gotta love the clove to enjoy spice rum. I guess again, there's no point in being too fancy. It's a spice rum. You drink as much as you can. The alcohol is obviously balanced, but you having it with Coke, and if you're forced to after 12 at night to add the odd Red Bull, you know, it's something that's gonna kind of last you all night. It's horrible to think about, but it happens. We've basically divided it into 4 very simple, I wouldn't even call them perfect serves, but the way that we enjoy them, giving you the rum scale here, from the rum novice to the rum convert. Now, this to me is complete rubbish, because sometimes I feel like drinking it straight up, and sometimes with, you know, rum and lots of Coke. It's got nothing to do, in my opinion, whether. So I don't really agree with the slide, but it's okay.
It's a
you go rum,
the beginning of a game.
A bit of rum and a lot of Coke, then 50-50, then old fashioned, then all rum.
Okay.
Me, this is time scale, you know, this is 6 o'clock, then you get to 8:30, then 11:30. It's got nothing to do with okay. And then as soon as this seems to be going very slow, there we go. So yeah, so the first one, rum and Coke, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to tell you anything. It's just exactly what it's for. Lots of ice. 50-50, same thing, just more rum.
Yeah.
My favorite, and I'm sorry I'm not making it. I usually use my son as my bartender, but he's not back from school, and he's normally quite good because he loves drinking and tasting. It's his way of learning. He's 40, he's responsible, but he loves tasting everything. So I've pre-made mine about 5 minutes ago. So what I have here is an old fashioned, and it probably is my favorite drink of the lot. And the reason is, this is more personal. I'll be shot for saying this. I find generally spiced rums a touch too sweet. That's why I can never drink it neat.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about the old fashioned is I go a little bit overboard, not just 2 drops. I go a bit overboard with the bitters, and it's fantastic. It just takes the edge of the sweetness.
Yeah.
And that for me is really good. I really, really love it. I've tried it with one of the Coca-Colas. They're sort of, you know, they're
the special ones,
which I love because it has less sugar than the commercial one.
Oh yeah.
That with the bitters for me makes, this is just normal Coke, but that with the bitters for me makes a really, really, really good old fashioned.
Yeah, with a few sugar, just a little. Do you know half a teaspoon, because it's already a bit sugar. The rum.
What I prefer even than a simple syrup. I know it's supposed to be simple syrup.
Yeah.
I have them from camping. Is these little sugar cubes that you put in coffee, but it's from brown sugar, like a Madeira.
Yeah. Okay.
I find that nicer, not so sweet, a bit more earthy.
Yeah.
And I rather put one of those in and let it melt slowly than actually adding more syrup. For me, no more syrup necessary.
Yeah, yeah. And you can choose the melting if you don't want it too much.
You know, you can stir a bit if you want, or so. For me, that works really well.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, there's not much more to say about it. There's no point in waxing lyrical about a liquor or product that really doesn't have tons and tons of provenance. It's a great drink. We obviously, with ABI, we are shipping pallets out the door, and I just want to thank all of you for your effort and your support behind
thank you
behind Rumbullion. We absolutely love it. I'm happy you loving it too. We might give it a little facelift in the next few months. Not a major change, but there might be quite a sexy facelift to make it a little bit more hip and hipster.
Okay.
Like the 2 gentlemen there.
And do you still have the Navy Strength version too?
Oh yes, yeah. We still do the cherry brandy, the Navy Strength, the Exo. Yeah, all of that's going. I will stop sharing this. I think I've come to the end of my exciting show. Any questions? I'll do my best to answer. But if you have any questions, or if I've spoken too fast for anyone, let me.
Maybe we're gonna ask our guests to taste it with us and tell us what they thought. Alors, tonton, qu'est-ce que tu en penses de ce petit spice rum?
C'est pas mauvais. Après, j'ai rien compris de tout ce qu'il a dit.
S'il vous plaît.
He says he doesn't speak English, so he hasn't understood the word you were saying. But
après, on sent bien les épices. Surtout, moi, je sens bien la cannelle et l'orange.
He says the notes he gets the most are cinnamon and orange, and he liked the spices overall.
Et au nez, c'est le girofle qui me remonte aussi bien au nez. Ouais.
Yeah, and a lot of cloves too. So I think we all agree on cloves.
We're in good company then.
Mais c'est ce que disait Dian, carrément, c'est c'est surtout, il faut aimer le clou de girofle parce que c'est vrai que ça ressort quand même pas mal. Et du coup, voilà, ce qu'il disait, c'est que ça se fait beaucoup, tout simplement en fait avec du coca. Hein, c'est pas un rhum pour se prendre la tête en dégustation et tout ça. C'est coca ou old fashion. Ou, moi, je verrais bien un petit peu avec du ginger beer. Je sais pas ce que pense Dian. I don't know, Dian, what you think about putting some ginger beer also in it?
Some ginger?
Yeah, ginger beer, or yeah. Or
oh, yeah. I actually I've done a bit of even ginger beer, and in fact, even one of the alcoholic ones. I find the reason I prefer doing one of those authentic ones is it's a lot more gingery. But even more so than that, I've actually had a little bit of a sugar crushed ginger syrup before, which I've just added like a teaspoonful. I mean, it's already spicy. Yeah. That you're having a spice rum, right? And what the ginger does, it just takes that, it almost gives you that menthol feeling, not menthol, and it just freshens it up even more. I absolutely love ginger. So again, for me,
so do I.
I cannot get enough ginger.
Ginger and cloves.
They can stir inside an actual ginger root for me. So yeah, I love ginger.
Well, thanks a lot, Dian. And you're welcome to stay with us if you want to.
I'll stay while I listen and at least do this drink, so someone else get a chance to talk. But Nico, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions? Let me know. And you know, even going forward in the future, if any of the customers, any of the guys need a tasting or you know, online or anything like that, just let Thomas send me a message or Paul, and we can, you know, it's so quick to organize, no problem.
Nice.
Put a different shirt on.
Will we see you in Paris Rum Fest?
I'm going to do my best. I'm thinking of it'll only be as a passing by because we also have Provine to do.
Okay.
Unconfirmed at this point, and I know you guys are not going to Provine. Thomas confirmed, but yeah, very possibly.
Ok, great.
Il sera là au Rumfest?
Peut-être. Il va essayer, c'est pas sûr.
D'accord.
C'est pas encore sûr.
Moi, je serai là.
Thanks a lot, Dian.
It's for holiday. À bientôt. I'm going to stick around for a bit longer until I'm being called for supper.
Merci.
Thanks, guys.
Ciao.
Bye.